This episode of Talk to Scott is brought to you guys by Ray and Perry. J. Perry means a lot to a lot of people here. It's basically taking things to the next level, helping everyone from a legal standpoint. And my first question off to you is, what got you started inside this profession?
Well, first of all, Scott, always a pleasure to chop it up with you
Yes, sir.
and see you. It's always fun when you have a guy from this area, West Point star, Alabama star, Mississippi State star. So really proud of what you're doing with this. Appreciate you having me. Love being on here with you,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Been watching your show. So I started practicing law, 1997. I mean, so it's been a minute. Practiced for about 20 years. That's when I got into college athletics. Coach Mullen hired me in 17, director of player development. Had a joy, pleasure to work with Coach Mullen. Decided not to go to Florida with him. Stayed here with Coach Moorhead, of course, with Coach Leach. Coach Arnett was here. I moved over to administration. And I'll be honest, man, I loved working in football. I mean, I loved working inside the four walls. There's just something about it, and you know it. You've played it at every level. There's just something about that camaraderie. There's something about that team. There's something about that togetherness, whether you're playing, coaching, staff member. And when I got over to administration, I enjoyed that. I did a lot with the NIL. I taught an NIL class on campus. But I'm going to be honest, man, I missed helping our community. I missed being around people in Starkville, West Point, Columbus, Louisville, all over. Aberdeen, Tupelo, Boonville, Oxford. I missed being in court. I missed helping people that I've known my whole life, and just really, to be honest with you, I missed our community. So I started back practicing. That's when my partner Rod Ray and I we came together. We were even able to put aside. He's an Ole Miss guy. I'm a State guy.
Okay.
Look. Hey, you can put anything aside, to
You're
help people make a little money, right?
You're right.
I mean,
You're right.
So, no, Rod's been a super great friend of mine for 20 plus years. And we're like, you know what, man? We've been kind of quasi competitors for a long time. Imagine what we can do if we come together. And so about a year ago, we'd been talking about it for a while, and then we were like, man, let's go. And no need to wait, no need to keep putting it off. And so we've been getting after it since then.
Yeah, because that was the biggest thing about it. Because I remember, of course, being recruited and going through the recruiting process, not once but twice. Everyone was like, anything you got, J. Perry will help you with it.
Well, there were so I was really good friends with Coach Mullen before I worked.
Yes, sir.
So we were tight, and I did a lot of how do we put it?
Yes, sir.
Straighten out misunderstanding.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I used to be proud. There were a couple publications that put out certain things, and I was always proud. Of course, in that line of work, no news is good news. No publicity is great publicity.
100%.
And I loved it. And it gave me a chance to be in college athletics. And I'm gonna tell you, Scott, I mean, guys like you, I loved it. When you walked in, I was shooting off a text to Woody Marks. He made the 53-man roster today, and a lot of dreams were realized today.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of dreams were put on hold today.
Yes, sir.
I don't think any dreams were shattered today, but they might have been put on hold. So having the interaction to be with those guys and guys like you, especially when it's people that I watched playing high school ball, me and the late great relative of yours, Johnny Cooks.
Yes, sir.
God rest his soul. Johnny and I, we served on a bunch of committees together at Starkville High School, hiring coaches, and the ability to do that at an SEC level for me was really a dream realized. And working with guys and being in the room, but so is this. So is this, because it's a chance now. It's not just athletes you're helping, although I still do, but you're helping and you're doing things for folks you went to high school with, folks you grew up with, folks that grew up down the street from you, people you knew from church, or somebody you met one time at a restaurant in West Point, or somebody you met in Tupelo, or whatever the case may be, whether it's personal injury, car wrecks, truck wrecks, and criminal defense. That's what we do. Yeah, I think, what's the old saying? Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yes, sir.
And so I think the first time I practiced law, before I got into college athletics, we joked and we said we had a little bit of a door practice. Somebody said, "What's a door practice?" Well, that's if it walks in the door with money, I'm an expert. Well, that's not really true, right? That's not really accurate. And so one of the things that Rod and I have done since then is we really streamline, and our philosophy is do what you love, do what you're good at, and do what can make some money. And because that's important, because it's still our livelihood.
100%.
And you may not always align all three of those things, but you darn well better have two of them. And I love the Golden Triangle. I love Mississippi. Do we have our faults? Of course. But I love our state. I love being here. I'm here by choice. Nobody's forcing me to stay here. I love it here. And I want to continue to make my community better, and our communities better. One of my good friends is newly instilled or installed police chief in West Point, Mike Edwards.
Yes, sir.
Great
Yes, sir.
dude. Chief Edwards was, of course, at Starkville Police for a long time. And like yourself, he was a Green Wave guy. He's a
Yes,
West
sir.
Point guy through and through. So we're always at each other. I graduated from Starkville High School.
Okay.
And so he and I are always messing with each other about Starkville and West Point. But that's what it's about, man.
Yes, sir.
Because you got two of the greatest high school football powerhouses in the Southeast, 18 miles apart.
Yes, sir.
And it's a lot of fun. So I'm enjoying doing that. Still doing sideline radio though for Mississippi State. So
Great.
it's been my 9th year doing that, and I love it. I will also be doing the post game radio show for home games, and I'll do it for Southern Miss. But other games, of course, I'll have to get back on the plane. And then for the first time since 2016, I'll be back calling Starkville High School on Friday nights.
Great.
And then I'll do 7 or 8 East Mississippi games on Thursdays. So, my Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, I'm not working in football anymore. But my
Yes, sir.
Thursday, Friday, Saturdays
Yes,
are gonna be
sir.
a lot of football.
Yes,
so.
sir. Yes, sir. You have a love for this, and for not only the Starkville community, but also all communities. Like, was that instilled inside of you? Because that's like a sense of pride that you take when it comes to these communities.
Man, I get so mad, right? I get defensive when people talk about our communities. And I don't just mean Starkville. I mean West Point, Columbus, and even outside the Golden Triangle, the state of Mississippi. And again, I'll go back to what I just said a moment ago. Do we have some faults? Heck yeah, of course we do. But it's like the old saying, let's don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let's roll up our sleeves. Let's go to work, right? People have always said there are things that, why would you ever want to live in Mississippi? I tell you what, come spend a few days here. Come spend a week here. Come spend a month here.
Right.
We just walked in. They're doing a ton of work downtown in Starkville.
Yes, sir.
Which makes traveling to and from downtown tough right now, but it's going to be incredible when it's done. They just announced a new crosstown development, kind of bridging Mississippi State, Cotton District, and Starkville. That's going to be awesome. Some of the things they've done, again, I was in West Point in court today. I was in downtown West Point. I love eating at the Magnolia at the Ritz in downtown West Point. I love our community. Was it instilled? I'll be honest. I think most of us, you included, because you're here by choice, right?
Very much so, yes, sir.
And you're training young athletes, and you're giving back something you were given as a highly, highly rated recruit, played at Alabama, played at Mississippi State, worked at Mississippi State in strength and conditioning, and now you're not working at Mississippi State, but you're still doing the same thing. You've got your own business. So I don't know. I think it was instilled in all of us in this area just by virtue of growing up in this area. I don't think anybody sat down and said, hey, look, you need to have community pride. I think it's just what we have. I went to Starkville High School. You went to West Point. There are other people that we both know that went to other schools in this area. And I think it's just something that we do because we try to walk the walk, not just talk the talk. And one of the things we talk about is giving back. It's easy to give back. It's easy for somebody to write a check. Can you roll up your sleeves and do something to help your community, help your people, help your friends, help your enemies, help other people grow, whether it's young athletes or older professionals? I think that our communities, especially the Golden Triangle, but not just the Golden Triangle, I think it's a special place, man. I really do.
And J. Perry, what are the forms of how can someone reach out to you if they want to inquire about your services and things of that nature?
No, I appreciate it, Scott. So a couple of easy ways. Our website is rayandperry.com, just spelled out RAYANDPERY. Rayandperry.com is our website. Easy to get there. Phone number 662-268-8255. 662-268-TALK. Easy enough. You can find us on almost any social media platform. Ray Perry Law. I'm at J_Perry. Man, we'd love to connect with you. If you've got an issue or a problem, let us know. I mean, we want to help. We really do. We want to help, whether it's personal injury, car wrecks, heaven forbid, wrongful death, criminal defense. It's kind of what, again, we talk about focusing and keeping the main thing. And for us, local, we used a couple of phrases: local lawyers, real results. We're not just people that advertise. We're people that go to church with you. We went to school with you. We eat in your restaurants. We hang out in your stores. We got a haircut at your shops. We're here. And then the other is don't settle for less, because we feel like we're going to give you everything we got. Our 3 promises, Scott, we tell everybody. We'll never promise a result, because nobody calls me Your Honor and I don't wear a black robe, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm never going to promise a result, but here's what I'm going to promise. We're good at what we do. We can't get outworked, and we're going to do everything we can to treat you like you're a part of our family, because you could have chosen any law firm around and you chose us. And we will forever be indebted and grateful for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ray and Perry, get in contact with them. They will acquire the best services in the nation, especially in the state. J. Perry, thank you.
Scott, proud of you, man.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for
Thank
having
you.
me, dude.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.